inside Court 19, where the urgent application by the EFF is being heard. Of course, now we've just adjourned for tea. And of course, the party is bringing Part A and Part B of this application. And to unpack what this application means, we're now joined by Ompile Mautwe, who is the Treasurer General of the EFF. Thank you so much, TG, for making time for us. Firstly, can you give us the distinction between what Part A aims to do and what Part B aims to do?
Thank you very much, and greetings to you and the viewers at home. So Part A is an urgent court interdict to stop the fuel levy increase that is expected to go tonight. And B deals with the actual levy increase that we are challenging in court, that the minister has used the wrong act. So, as with the VAT, we argued that the minister does not have powers to bring in a national tax outside of the scope of the Money Bills Act. So if you read Constitution section 77, is very clear that any national tax that gets to be introduced has to follow the Money Bills Act. So the difficulty with this one is that it doesn't do that. And he himself says that in his budget that he's introducing a tax, but he wants to bring in that tax through a regulation, which is why there's a government gazette with a notice of the fuel increase. And we're saying, but you don't have powers to do that. The powers that you have is for you to leave it to Parliament. You are a member of the executive and you have presented the fiscal framework and the revenue proposals, which is now a product of Parliament, and allow the Parliament to take its course. And the parliamentary process has started in the committee from Friday the 23rd of May, after the tabling, which was on the 21st of May. So on the 23rd of May, the minister came to brief the committee on actually what is it that he had tabled on the Wednesday. And the EFF came up very clear that we reject the fuel levy on Friday the 23rd. So it did not come with a letter on the 26th. It came actually on the 23rd. If you were to go to the parliamentary recordings, you will find it in the recordings of Parliament that on the 23rd of May, already the EFF made it clear that we reject the fuel levy. Followed by, of course, the letter that came in on the 26th of May, which asked Minister the question, where did you rely on? What did you rely on? Which powers do you have? To this day, we're still waiting for his response. In that letter, he only acknowledged receipt of it. So we're here because our letter has not been responded to. And there was no response from the minister. There was no gazette until yesterday.
We do expect the judgment to be delivered later this afternoon and or early evening. If the court would rule in your favor, what is the implication for the approval of the budget?
It means the fiscal framework and revenue proposal must be amended. So the court would have actually compelled the committee to amend it, because as it is now, that fiscal framework and revenue proposal has got the fuel levy increase in it, which the minister argues in his own replying affidavit that he's going to collect 3.5 billion out of it. So that 3.5 billion is included on the budget that he has tabled. So when he says I've got so much trillions, he has counted the 3.5 billion. And
so if the court rules in your favor, we're looking at budget for?
Not necessarily. He must just go and look for that 3.5 billion shortfall. He can find it without having to, I mean, it will be very painful because we want our people to get the budget. You do know that they can't go beyond the 31st of July without an approved budget. That will mean that he's acting outside